Hello everyone, welcome back. This is going to be a tutorial video for this ship that I built a week ago after Matilija's latest update. I believe is 6.12 that brought this fighter jet style cockpit. And a few of you really like this design when I show it off. So here is the tutorial. That way you guys can build this ship as well for yourself, or maybe do something similar. This is actually going to be a pretty simple build. It's going to be pretty quick. And I'll give you guys a quick overview first and a quick tour before we do the building. And when it comes to the stats, they're fantastic because we're using mod parts. So you're getting way higher numbers than with any vanilla parts. So let's do a quick interior tour. As you come up, we have the standard Nova Galactic control station. I am still kind of looking for a better control station, something nicer. I haven't been able to find any mods with control stations that are kind of open as this, but just maybe more luxurious design. So this one will do for now. And Sarah just teleported from there to here, but okay. And this is the cockpit from the inside. I already showed you guys this already on the previous video, but I'm just gonna do a quick tour here to give you guys another look. So let's go to the other side where I think some of the cooler hubs are. And this one is the one from Avontech, the Avontech Nautilus mod. Really like this hub. I mean, you have everything that you possibly need. You have this dining area for the crew. There's kitchen inside that you can actually use to cook. There's a actually functioning cooking station, so this is very nice. And check this out. You also have a captain's quarters in here, very nicely decorated. And all the NPCs, they're always doing something.
Missed the sound of my voice, huh?
One of my favorite parts of this is the captain's dining hall. I mean, this room is pretty fantastic. I think, fantastic job from the author, Sergeant All. So one of my favorite places. You have an armory as well here. And the armory is actually decorated. The walls is not just full of racks and empty for you to decorate. And you can also see the ammo they are charging. It's pretty cool stuff. And what else we have here? We have the medical bay. And again, as you can see here, your characters actually do things. And check this out, you also have this cryostasis thingy going on. So very nice mod, highly recommended. And if you want a tour, like a more in-depth tour, I already have a video of this. I'll leave the link in the description.
Captain?
There's also this crew quarters area. Pretty cool. And now we are coming in here. This is the garage drive from Matilija. It's pretty cool. You can walk through it and see the whole thing, the whole animation around. And this is one of the hubs, the new ones that I've changed. This is from the Varum of the mod. I think it's Varum ship hubs.
I was hoping you would stop by.
And this is another armory, but it looks, much nicer, much better decorated. Up to this point, I was using the Stroud Premium Edition, and that was good too. That was nice too. But this one has more decoration and less work for me, so I ended up just using this one. the ship is just 2 floors, and top floor is just a hydroponics hub, and this is from the hydroponics mod. I really like this hub because of all the glass, all the windows, and I thought, you know what, it kind of makes sense to have it here, so here it is. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a quick interior tour because I already did it before, but there was just a few small changes, so giving you guys another quick look. So alright, there you have it. Let's go now to do the building. Oh, hey, check it out. And yeah, like I was saying, you know, you can see NPCs doing things. Andrea cleaning the glass. Good job. Alright, so let's go.
Having a good day?
Alright, let's go over the pre-requirements that you're gonna need to start the build. Because we're using a lot of DerreTech parts, you have to specifically go to the DerreTech headquarters that is located here in the system of Arcturus. Go there first and get the DerreTech parts before we do the actual building back in your outpost landing bay. And I put the list of all the DerreTech parts that you're gonna need to buy on the screen. And I also give you guys the list of all the mods that you're going to need for this build. And let's begin with the first mod that you're gonna need. It is going to be Avontech Shipyards. Of course, there's DerreTech. You're gonna need ship extension. This one is for the stairs. You're gonna need Avontech Nautilus. Then you're gonna need all ship parts unlocked, so you can have all the ship parts with the exception of DerreTech available in your landing pad. Then we're gonna need Avontech Hydroponics hubs. Then we're also gonna need Shipbuilder Configurator because this ship is oversized, so you're gonna need this. And I'm also gonna put my settings that I have on the screen so that you can follow those if you need to. Of course, we're gonna need Matilija Aerospace. I am using the latest version 6.12. Next, we have Tiger Shipyards Overhaul. Then there is the Varun Ship Hubs 2. Also make sure that your ship design and the ship piloting skills are around 4. And finally, I think have yourself at 2 million to 3 million credits. You can use this console command to give yourself extra credits if you need to. Alright, I have the ship split into different sections, and as you can see, we're not using a lot of parts, so this is going to be a fairly simple, a fairly quick build. So we're gonna start from the middle. We're gonna get the body right, and after that we're gonna add some of the other parts from the side. Let me move this away too, just to make it even easier. So we're gonna start with the first hub here that you're gonna lay out. So I am using here the 3x3x1 from Avontech Nautilus. If you like it, you can use this. Otherwise, you know, just combine into something that is a 3x3. I put 2 portholes here on the outside, but they don't work. You're not gonna actually have windows inside, but I left them. You know, I just left them because I guess it looks good from the outside. Feel free to not have them if you prefer. After that, behind in the center, we're gonna put the Matilija Aerospace, the Class C graph drive. This is the MV5, and this is the one that you can walk through. So we're gonna use that as a connector, and behind that, we're going to connect that Varun Armory. You can use the Varun Armory, or you can use another 2x1 hub if you prefer, if you don't want to have an armory here. I also have 2 portholes in here. If you want, you can have them. Otherwise, you can remove them. We're gonna talk about all these items here. So this one is the Avontech, the small hull. This is, you're gonna find it under the structures menu. And this is also another Avontech small hull. It's just a different variant. So when you first see it on the menu, I think it's going to be this one, and you're just gonna flip it until you get the other variant, and then they go here, and they are followed by this Matilija Aerospace Shield Booster. This is something that you're gonna find under equipment. So you go to your menu, and once you go to equipment, you're gonna find the booster right here as the second item, and I am using the variant so that it goes from front to back, and you're just gonna add it there. It looks good, and also it gives you a boost on your shield. So on the other side it is exactly the same parts, just add it in there. And then we're gonna take a look at what we have below. So we're gonna have these demos. This is the vanilla Docker, and this is going to be below this 2x1 hub. And next to the Docker, I just added some helium tanks. These are also vanilla parts. These are the H10 Atlas helium tanks. I think I added them mostly just for looks. At the back here in the middle, you're gonna have a Matilija aerospace landing gear. So that goes in here. You have a couple of variants. Choose whichever, it doesn't matter, and you can put it there. So in the middle here, I have two Tiger cargo holds at 3,915 each. Because this is a pretty compact ship, you kind of need something that holds more. And in front of that, what I have is a Tiger reactor. It has good stats and it only takes like a 1 level. Next to all of these, we have some landing gears. These are the Hope 5 landing gears, one on each side. And behind, we have two more of these Matilija aerospace landing gears. So same as the one here, we have two more here. And that just kind of completes the entire middle part. So things are going to be pretty easy from now on. Let's do the fun part, right? The cockpit area. Let me remove these a little bit. So what we have here, we have the Matilija Aerospace, the FC22 cockpit. Behind that, I have the Hope Tech Hub spine, and after that, a 2x1 Nova Galactic control station. After that, on the sides, we're gonna put the DerreTech wing. So we're gonna have one wing on each side, and then we also have this angle wing, and they just go on each side. So one on each side. At the top, we're gonna put this one back. This is the Avontech tail. Really just to kind of cover this. I didn't really like the look of all of that. And below that, we have the landing bay. I am just using a standard NG6 landing bay. So it looks pretty good. I think it fits. And we have a couple of Matilija structural parts below here. So these are all the three parts, just different variants. These are the Matilija Aerospace small mid nose, and these are the bottom ones. I have one in the middle, another variant here that's pointing forward, and another variant that points to the back. It's just so that it doesn't look too empty below. I still haven't found a better part to put below this cockpit. I wanted something to kind of match, you know, what we have at the top, but this is kind of like the best I could do for now. Alright, so once you have that, you can highlight everything, and we can just put it back and connect it to the 3x3, and there we have it. We have that. So let's do now, maybe let's do the wings. So we have one wing here, another wing there. It's all symmetric, so it's pretty simple. The first, we're gonna start with the DerreTech weapon. So this is the Neo Howitzer weapon, and behind that we have the Matilija weapon hold. So this is one of the weapon holds, and you will find this under structural, I believe. So let me go and see if it is under structural or under weapons. Yeah, so that's the weapon hold. This is the top one, and the weapon that I'm using inside for this one is the BWP-30 ballistic weapon. It has a very fast fire rate, so it is here, and same thing for the one behind. And in the middle we have Avontech large tank. So I know that it looks just like this structure, but this is actually a fuel tank. So this is from Avontech, so make sure you know you're actually getting that. Behind that we have another DerreTech wing. It's the same as the one here, but it is now facing to the back. And on the outside we have a DerreTech engine. This is the SY engine from DerreTech, It is a very nice one and absolutely fits this design, so it is there. And below that we have the Avontech landing gear, so this is holding kind of towards the backside. So all of that we can now grab it and put it back. It goes this way, so it kind of sits flush at the back, and this kind of continues where this wing ends, so that is where it goes. And we can do the same thing with the other one, so this goes in there, boom, everything is good. And what we can do now is probably put this hydroponics hub. This just goes straight on top of the other hub. So now that we have this part, we can probably talk about the tail here. So we're gonna use Stroud small stairs. So these are the stairs. And what we have here on the side, so below, this is the Matilija pylon. You're gonna find this under structure, and just make sure that you get the variant correct for the one that kind of goes up and towards the back, right? So we want that kind of sloping to the top and going backwards. So make sure you flip it until you get that. That goes on below on the first floor, and then attached to that, this is a Matilija engine. This is the HWC21 engine, and it is an A class, but it gives enough mobility, so I think it's good. So that's there, and on the other side you do exactly the same thing. I have 2 portholes on each side on the second floor, and then at the back here, this is the DerreTech tail, so that goes right in there. Now here we have 2 things. One, there is the shell generator. I am using the C class from Matilija. I like the look of it, and it has animation, so it's pretty good. But then in between, it's not going directly on top of the stairs. Because these stairs, I cannot change the color. I didn't want that look, so I'm putting a Matilija Aerospace a plate. So this is the small one. This is the 1x1 armor plate, and you have a couple of versions, a couple of variants, a couple of different looks. And one thing that I noticed that is kind of strange about this plate, as you can tell, this is the armor plate, this is the bottom one. So technically it cannot go here at the top, it kind of needs to go at the bottom. But for some reason, if you put something on top of it and then you drag it in here, it can actually snap, because it's somehow the shell generator is snapping into the plate and then into the stairs. It just happens to work. So make sure to bring out the plate first, put the generator on it, then highlight the whole thing, and then you can now snap the whole thing into it. So yeah, there you have it. So that's that, and at the bottom I just have another structure. This is the Matilija Aerospace, the skeg. This is just so that it kind of tapers with the landing gear there. And once we have all of this, we can now highlight the whole thing, and everything just goes into the back. Alright, finally we have a couple of wings that you have to put in there, and this the Avontech hood. So let's do the wings, and we're doing these ones. So they're actually DerreTech weapon platforms. So you're gonna grab 2 of those, and they're gonna go on top of this structure here at the back, and the other ones goes on the other side. And I have 4 weapons, on top. So we have the Matilija. These are the MFFL 38 direct fire lasers. They're not too big, they're not too small, and just visually looks like it kind of fits. So once you have that, the final one is we grab the Avontech hood and we can drop it here on top. So it stays right there, and you can see that it does not clip into this part here, and it doesn't clip to the back. So that's kind of the important part. And the colors, I changed the third color to the light gray for all these parts. So yeah, I might work on a version 2 of this ship. I'm really liking, this design with DerreTech parts and the Matilija cockpit. So yeah, I might do another version, we'll see. But for now, as promised, this is the tutorial for this build. Alright, let me know what you guys think, any comments, any suggestions, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, help me support my channel. Otherwise, enjoy the game, have fun, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Engaging detected ground traffic down. Must be switched.